Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of CLX Foundry Live, where we dive deep inside of a build with just one person instead of two. Well, technically, I'm here, but I'm not here. I am your host, DJ Blue PDX, and joining me from his long-awaited return, from what I understand was prison, is none other than our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens. Our master builder, Zach Killingsworth, is on assignment and getting married, and I'm going to sing so many songs about that today that Ivor will probably kill me. So let me just stop there before I get ahead of myself. Now, there's some really fun things about what we're going to be doing today on our channels. On the purple side, we'll be dropping some codes. Everybody's like, what is a code? Well, I'll tell you how to apply your code. Type exclamation giveaway right now in the chat. It doesn't really matter what's chat, and we will drop that code in there for you. We are watching all the chats together, and there are some multiple places to catch these different codes. You can catch them on our on our social media. That is YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at CLX Gaming. You could also find them in our Discord at discord.gg/CLXgaming. That should be redundant. You can find them on Thursdays here on the purple side, on Tuesdays on the green side. I feel like I'm voguing. And there is the AORUS PC that one of you are going to win. And it's not just an AORUS PC. This also comes with an incredible stream bundle, and this is the BEACN mic and the BEACN Mix Create. Two incredible tools that you definitely want to use, especially if you're beginning your streaming career, or heck, if you're already years into it. It's great. Now, I'll tell you what is also interesting today. That I'm the only one in the entire call that knew exactly where William lives. And so William, we're building your PC today. And he's like, I don't even know how to say this name. And as soon as I heard it, I knew, yeah, it's Schenectady. It's pronounced Schenectady. It doesn't look like the word Schenectady at all. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Schenectady is in New York. It is problematically spelled. Paul has more.
That's right. So all the way from Schenectady, if I said that right, William has configured a Horus off our website. So going into that, starting out with our processor, we've got the AMD Ryzen 9 7950X. To cool that, we've got a 360 Glacier 1 AIO from Fantex. For our motherboard, we've got the MSI X670E Gaming Plus Wi-Fi. This is the DDR5 version. I think they're probably all DDR5. Going into our memory, we've got 2 sticks of Corsair 32 gig DDR5, 6000 speed in white. You can see it down there in the front. And for our storage, we've got a single MSI 1TB M450 M.2 SSD. We've got 10 of our Game DS AORUS white case fans going in this. If you've seen the show, you've seen these before. They look great inside these white PCs. And for our power supply, we've got a 1000 watt Be Quiet fully modular 80 plus gold.
Wait, who are we telling to be quiet?
And for, yeah, all of the noise that it might create.
I'm just saying, because that's a thing my mom would slip into sentences while she's trying to have a conversation with somebody else. Like, yesterday we delivered the raviolis, be quiet, while we were looking for an opportunity to get parking. Like, it was always just that, like, slide in there that killed me. Xavier Gregory, I was going to respond to you and reply, but unfortunately that means it's way too complicated for apparently Facebook's interchange. So the answer is no, we're not located in New York. I know where Schenectady is because I once dated somebody from Schenectady. I also used to live in New York for about 3.5 months, and it was the most eye-opening and teaching opportunity ever on where I never want to go again. And trust me, after living in Manhattan for a summer, no, negatory, good buddy. Not ever gonna happen again. That is, don't get me wrong, I love my New Yorkers, but yeah. Cage Proto in a house. Now, don't forget, we got all of the chats and the fun joys up and running. So if you've got questions about your build, questions about how things can be performed, questions about what kind of screwdriver that Zach took with him that Paul apparently doesn't have access to.
I got the dad's screwdriver,
please. You know? Ask away. That's what we do. There's no such thing as a bad question. There's only just my bad answers. So, there we go. Now, we've got for this build, Paul, this is our 011, but this is a Horus build, which is a little bit different. So those of you who have ever seen my build that's right behind me, I have a full-sized raw version of this case. This case is a little bit different. It's got a few different things to it. So, Paul, walk us through some of the differences between this and the larger version of the case.
Yeah, so this is the Dynamic Evo. So it's still a full ATX. It's going to be a little bit shorter than the XL. On the back here, it's a similar layout to all of them, but we've got a single extra bay for 2.5 inch and 3.5 inch drives. We've got our middle area for our cable management, and the fans are pretty much going to go in the same places. So we're going to have 3 in the bottom, 3 right here, 3 in the top on a radiator, and 1 in the rear.
There we go. Sorry, I had to move my XLR cord because it was prevented me from typing appropriately. Welcome in. We've got septic mud pie, and I'll be honest, that's the only kind of mud pies I like because, listen, the only way you get septic mud pies is for hanging out near where Pennywise the Clown snatches toddlers. Moving on to our motherboard, we've got an MSI X670E Gaming Plus Wi-Fi. Now, the thing I love about the MSIs, and these are fantastic because the Dragon, as you know, we love dragons. The Dragon actually lights up in this, which is cool. I know everybody's like, but if I play games without looking at my PC, does it matter? Who cares? Wait, you're getting married? Danny Butt, wait, on Saturday?
Everybody's getting married on Saturday.
Wait, is Danny Butt are you Zach's fiance? Wait. So I'm doing a lot of internal.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yes, May 25th, and no, I'm not. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I've got everything covered. By the way, congratulations, Danny Bud. We absolutely adore you. And for those of you who don't know, Danny Bud's been a part of my community, at least for the Respawn All-Stars, for quite some time, and I could not be happier. What a weekend to get married. I'll tell you what else is a great weekend for is taking a look at an IO shield, because this is one that I love, because some people might say, but it's just the lower end. It's not. The connectivity on this thing is absolutely nuts. Let's take a look at the very, very top. You've got your CMOS reset button, then you've got your HDMI and your display port, which obviously this person is not using because William got a graphics card. Now, when you move down below there, you've got 2 of the 4 USB 3.2 Gen 2s, okay? These are the 2 oranges. Now go down to the other orange, or red, I guess as it is, and that's your other. And there's a 3.2 Gen 2 by 2 in that USB-C, which means you get 10 gigs up and 10 gigs down. It's like X-Men, only better. Then you've got your 4 USB 2s, the USB 3.2 Gen 1s, and you've got your 2.5 King Dragon port, which is a Dragon LAN port, Wi-Fi, and your 3 little audio ports that, let's be fair, you're going to use everything from your graphics card anyways. Now, one of the cool things about these is the heat sinks. And MSI has always been really, I would say, practical about how they place heat sinks, both on the North Bridge, the South Bridge, and to ensure that you've got the most efficient way of handling it. Now, one of the things that we're going to be doing also is putting this thing called a processor in. Processors basically make the world go round. This is an AMD Ryzen 9 7950X. Paul, what do you know about this little processor?
Yes, this is a 16-core, 32-thread processor. It's got a base speed of 4.5, and it will boost up to 5.7. This is a very high-end AMD processor here, so it's going to be able to do everything very well.
Nice. Now, how does this differ from the, I would say, 3D processor?
Yeah, so there is a 7950X 3D, and that uses their new 3D technology for stacking their cache. Basically, they've been able to stack their cache vertically, which gives you more surface area to fit more on there.
Awesome. Constantity asks, can you unplug the mic cord again? I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like that's a wise choice at all. G-Code asks, I always wondered, why do some motherboards come with an IO shield and some don't? Good question.
Yeah, so typically, back in the day, no motherboards came with a built-in IO shield. And then as time went by, it became more common. And so it's on like kind of mid-tier to high-end boards now. I really like it. I wish all motherboards would just come with that now, because there's plenty of times where we will RMA a board. When we get it back, we don't get the IO shield, and so now we're stuck like, well, this board is good, but we don't have an IO shield, so we got to figure that out, hopefully get one from the vendor, but it can just be kind of a mess inventory-wise.
We did a question from Cage Proto about the after show today, so we do not have an after show today. I'm also not streaming today. We've got the show, so stick around. But also as a reminder, we are probably not streaming next Thursday as the squad is getting ready to head to another event. So, you know what that is? DreamHack Dallas.
Beautiful.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful Dallas. Right there in the middle of a tornado strip, which is, I think those are the most terrifying. That's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life is tornadoes. That's just nuts. You know what else is nuts? Trying to figure out exactly how much concealer to put on in the morning, and I feel like that's very similar to spreading thermal paste.
Oh, yeah.
That was a worst segue ever. The bigger question is, did you use enough thermal paste?
Yeah, so I'm leaving it on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're leaving it on kind of thick here because of the way these processors are designed. I'm going to try to keep the thermal paste out of all these little cutouts here. So I'm going to leave it on pretty thick, but still spread it around a little bit. And this way, when we put our AIO on, it'll spread it out even more.
You know, I use that exact same mindset whenever I'm dipping my chicken nuggets.
There you go.
No. The answer should not be there. At no point should you be encouraging me to eat chicken nuggets.
Why not?
Jeez, dude. Because they are terrible for you.
There's chicken. It's protein.
Tasty, but yeah.
It's good white meat.
He just said he really enjoyed his time at the Level Up Expo. Yes, I did. Oh my God, Level Up Expo was so fun. Wait, who did I miss? What up, Wiz? Wiz is in the house. Hello, my friend. Yeah. Oh. Yes, and we'll take a look at the Level Up Expo at the end of the stream, which will be really great. For those of you who didn't see it, we premiered it over on Kick on Tuesday. We'll do it over here on Twitch today. Yes.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And can confirm. Now, here's a fun thing, because Ivory's over here just dropping codes like, like a person who's... Oh! And on TrueTube. Yes. Hey! There we go, Xavier Gregory! Hello. First of all, the code is HCLX. That is... Kilo Charlie Lima X-Ray, and your code is 31QA. There are 31 QA individuals who were part of figuring out what happened with Halo, and that never ended up working out for a while. 31 Quebec Alpha. That is it. Now we've got Xavier over here on multiple sites. Just subscribe to your YouTube channel. I have a PC from you. Do you have a how-to vid on how to safely remove the front glass piece to fully clean the 3 RGB fans? Oh, that's a great question. Do you know which case you have, Xavier? Because I'm trying to think, for glass fronts, there's the...
Might have an 011.
If it's a 3, what did we use on Tuesday?
Front, so.
What did we use on Tuesday? Because it has 3 fans. Oh, that's right. You weren't here.
Yeah, I think it was an obelisk, maybe. It was an
obelisk? Yeah. So let me check. I don't know that we have a necessary. I can pull my paperwork up. Would it be there? Probably. But I'm also just going to pop over here because we've done a lot of these. Wait, no. Obelisks are Horuses, right? Yes, that's what I thought. Nope, those have... Nope, I'm wrong again.
I believe there is set.
Yes, I think you're right. It is a set. Let's take a look. Set like the god, not set like something that, I'm looking, and for my so it's probably either yeah, as soon as you can figure out what that as what the model is, or at least what the chassis is, we can definitely give you some hints as to how to ask us to. There we go. Now, a couple things to notate that we've done here while getting ready. We've already got our cooling unit on there, and that is our CPU cooler. That is an AIO. That is our Fantex Glacier 1. Now, I have a Fantex Glacier 1. This thing works so amazingly well. While we're also there, we're going to be shoving that RAM into that motherboard. That is 2 32 gig sticks. Of course, they're DDR5 6000 for a total of 64 gigs of dual channel memory. I like it a lot. And I take it you already took care of the other little one, and that is the operating system storage, and that is 1 terabyte MSI Spatium M450 M.2. Now, while you're getting ready to put this thing into there, can you do me a quick run through? Tell me what an AIO and an M.2 are.
Yeah, so an AIO stands for all-in-one. That's the liquid cooler that we'll be using. These have gained a lot of popularity over the years. They provide excellent cooling, and you don't have to do much work. So this comes with fluid already inside of it. You can see I just grabbed our AM5 hardware that matched our chipset. Typically they'll come with 4 to 5 different bags of hardware. So you just grab the one that matches your motherboard and put the screws on. It's pretty easy.
There you go.
So,
all right. I've got this giant chunky IO, which I love because there's so much connectivity to it. And I say this so as a content creator, the number of things I have plugged into my gaming PC is, you know, nominal comparatively to the amount of things I have plugged into my streaming PC.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes a USB bus, a USB, what's it called?
dongle?
Dock. That's the big, it's a long thing. It's a USB 3.2. It's, yeah.
Like a USB hub or something?
Hub. That's the word I was looking for, is hub. Ever notice how sometimes words that should be so simple are things that you just can never remember? Like dongle. I once remembered thinking that I was going to name my pet Dongle.
That'd be a good pet name.
Would it, though?
I think so.
Would it?
At the dog park. Come here, Dongle.
Yep. God, there's so many jokes that I could make right now, and I'm not going to. You know why? Because I'm a professional.
That's right.
Let's talk about shelled cookie over here on the CLX side, on the TikTok side. I think I added 2 little thermal paste on my AM5 CPU because I was scared of getting it in the CPU. What's a great way of determining if it's got enough or not?
Yeah, so if you've got your processor mounted, like latched down and in, you don't really have to worry about thermal paste getting inside, like in between the CPU and the pins, but you do kind of have to worry about it coming out the sides. It's not the end of the world if it just splooges out the sides, but you know, that's going to make a dirty motherboard and you don't really want that.
Can you clean that up with like a Q-tip?
Yeah, for sure. You can use a rag or a Q-tip or something to get that off. Thermal paste is just kind of a pain to clean off when it's not hot, because it's pretty stiff.
All right. So AGMGS asks, what's the best coolant for not freezing in cold climates for open loop? Oh.
Well, most coolant is going to have...
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have the PC in any environment where it's like below freezing temperatures. So I would say, avoid that. But most coolant's going to be it won't freeze at 32 degrees. So.
Or just make sure that you constantly have Rainbow Six Siege or Warzone running at 4K, 120 FPS. That'll keep not only it warm, but everybody in your tent warm.
True.
It'll be fine. Ask TJ for one during his stream. He's never... You are amazing, Ordy, and remind me to temporarily time you out next time. Kidding, I love
Get him, DJ.
Right? Dang it. So obviously we see as he's lining things up here for the board. Now he's going to start making these little, mounting it to those little bitty things that you see, and those are called what?
These are our standoffs. So you can see, this is a really good shot for it. You can see this right here.
Yeah.
That's what our motherboard mounting screws are going into. So that separates the bottom of the board from the frame of the chassis so we don't short anything out.
And there we go. Hey, Derek. Hello. How's it going, my friend? Why is this not refreshing? Hold on, people. I got to get into the, where'd the thing go? Hey, there we go. Monsieur Venable. Now, Derek has been the recipient of multiple systems of ours because reasons, and, well, everybody in the family needed an upgrade, and so Derek's like, you know what? We're doing it.
Took care of the whole fam.
Ding dong, found it. The Gambius Talos P1 full tower chassis. All right.
So that front panel is just going to pop off. You should be able to slide your fingers in the bottom of it. You'll feel like a little gap when you get down there, and just give it a good tug. It might feel like you're going to break it. It's going to make some like crackling sounds, but it'll be okay.
Shelled Cookie has a great question over on the TikTok side. What are the different mounting locations for AIOs, and what are each location good for?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Good question.
Let me get this last motherboard screw in, and then I can actually show you. So, all right, so our motherboard's all mounted. Now we're gonna move to our AIO. So we've got a few different options in this case. So what we typically do is put it in the top of the chassis. So that's what we're gonna do here. But we could also put it in the side down here or at the bottom. Now the main goal when mounting an AIO is you want this area of your AIO, or at least the top where the tubes go in, to be above your pump. That's because there's a little bit of air inside these AIOs, and we don't want that air to go to the pump. It can cause damage. Typically it's not gonna totally like break your system or anything, but anything we can do to avoid any damage at all, we're gonna do.
Sorry, I will point out that Xavier said ding, 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 not ding, ding, dong. I was thinking ding, ding, dong. And then I was going to, I don't want us to get a DMCA. How will pulling that front off affect the USBs when I go to reattach it? Am I going to have to reconnect any wires first?
No, you shouldn't have to reconnect any wires. So those USBs are kind of screwed into that front panel. You'll probably see it when you get it out. But there should be enough slack in there. So don't pull it off and try to get it like, totally away from the case. But you can pull, like, let's say this was the front panel. You can pull it off and should have enough slack to like put it off to the side and get to everything that you need.
Yeah, don't use the front like a Frisbee. That's pretty much the baseline there. If you pull it off, keep it close by. You don't want to lose it. Mm-hmm. There we go. So the question came in about best coolant for not freezing in cold climates for open loop. And my question is, how often is this PC regularly exposed to temps below freezing? Oh, and then we got a great code coming in from G-Code. Great code coming in from G-Code. Great question coming in from G-Code. Is how come they put RAM in the 2 and 4 slots? It makes it confusing for first-time builders.
Oh yeah, no, that's a great question. So typically when you've got 4 slots on your motherboard and you're gonna put in two sticks of memory, you're gonna use slot 2 and 4. And that's because the way the CPU reads memory off the motherboard, that'll be in your motherboard manual. So always consult that if you're not sure. I don't know of a motherboard that doesn't do it that way, but it's always good to check if you're not sure.
Wiz mentioned my friend is getting a watchdog error. All software and hardware is updated and only crashes during stream. I wish I had an answer for you, bud. That I do. Jumping back over here to the TikTok side. CPU mount part of AIO RGB stays on but dimmed when PC is turned off. Armory Crate doesn't have options to turn it off. Any advice?
I'm really not sure. That's a little bit of a different issue. You could always try to just unseat the connector and plug it back in. Sometimes that can help a lot. But that's kind of a unique situation right there.
Popping back over to the purple, we've got Amnag who says, I'm in Kentucky. You know what's fun? So is my fried chicken. I'm a horrible person. I'm so sorry.
Secret blend.
Xavier mentions temperature question. I stream on YouTube and Twitch and game from my CLX PC. My room gets to be 80 to 84 degrees. How bad is that for the computer?
So that's not that bad for the computer. Your computer is going to typically be running hotter than that when you're gaming. So, that's okay.
Kuragi asked over on the purple side, what is the biggest build you've ever done?
The biggest build we've ever done. Oops, I'll put this on there.
It was the last time we upgraded Optimus Prime for what's his name?
Yeah, so the Fantex Elites are typically what comes to mind. Those are a really large case, but we have done some other ones. A Cosmos 2 is another one. Typically those are like special order chassis though. But the Fantex Elite is typically the biggest one. It comes in like this big crate that you usually see like groupies and bands moving around and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Wait, does it come in something bigger than the sarcophagus?
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than the sarcophagus, yeah.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of awesome. By the way, Nicole had a lucky code. Just take out it's LCKY. That's lucky minus the U because you've got the other four. RZKY. That stands for roughly Zebra Kentucky or Romeo Zulu Kilo Yellow. There we go. Riz Kentucky is better. There we go. What does CLX stand for? Says Lady Death. I'm going to be honest. That is Greek for the opportunity to shade people during the sunlight.
There you go.
I have the faintest idea. I have no clue.
Secret, remember?
AGM mentions mostly during wintertime because I use wood heat and sometimes do not have the wood. Yeah, so if... That's a good question. So basically you need antifreeze that's also cooling. Can you put a blanket around it? Let a cat or a large wolf sleep on top of it? That'll warm it up.
Get a space heater for your computer. That sounds so
Basically.
counterintuitive.
Well, look, my housemate hates the fact that I will, because I'm fine with hoodies, but I leave all of the basement windows open during the winter, and it can get down into the 20s here, and it's super cool down here. I like it because I can wear a hoodie and not have a problem because I know that I'm going to play a game that's about to heat this place up. But I prefer things colder. More layers for me is better. All right.
Yeah, I prefer wearing a hoodie. They're just comfy. All right.
It stands for Come Look Extraordinary. Just kidding. That is a total lie. Now, one of the things you can see from this angle, which is a really good angle to see from, is we've got our, it's not a hot swap bay, but it is a drive bay. Plus, we've got our space down on the back for our power supply. We'll talk about that in just a few. But this is a great example. You saw on Tuesday how we did a full build and we did a full back build. That means there's no extra space behind the motherboard in the back. This is a great example of a 2/3 or 3/4 build because you've got this big space in the back, which gives you an ample opportunity for, or gives Paul ample opportunity for really efficient cable management. Paul, what are some great things to keep in mind?
Yeah, with cable management, so you'll see me do it here in just a minute. I'm going to finish getting my fans installed and then I'll start working on the cables. So all these case cables, our USBs, our front panels, all that good stuff, I'm going to manage those first. And then I'll move on to our fan cables, and then I'll move on to installing the power supply and doing those.
I'm doing my best to not pass out. I take my inhaler. It always makes me spin funny. Speaking of things that spin funny, that looks like 3 different... Oh, there it is. For a second, dude, the light was reflecting off the top fan's center logo, and it just looked white. And I'm thinking, hey, buddy, do you have that positioned correctly? Seniority equals power tools. Mostly.
I'm just not as fast as these
I don't know what happened.
So we're in for a nice chill build today.
Everybody, like the number of times that people try and guess what CLX stands for is hilarious. Shelled Cook asks, have you forgot something while building? Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on.
I just did.
Nope. Let's back this up. That is part of a different question.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, with regards to the AIO staying lit, like, it depends on the device, but like I know for mine, it doesn't stay lit, but the motherboard does. Some people's are different. Depends entirely on the AIO you have. Klein's a monster. Thank you for coming in and typing the exclamation giveaway. Don't forget, you can find out so much more about this giveaway by simply typing exclamation giveaway. AORUS told us they'll drop a code when chat figures out what CLX. No, that is so not true. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what is true though, is me screaming a ton, and that is during the Outlast trials. Oh my God. Have you played that?
I have not.
It's like run, hide, or... So Outlast, I did a project with Red Barrel Games back when I was on Mixer, and they made this game called Outlast, and it's a run, hide, or die. So you can either run, you can hide, and hope they don't find you, or you'll die. There's no fighting. There's like, it's just absolute abject terror.
Yeah.
And so they have a game called the Outlast Trials, which is you and some friends in what is, oh my gosh, it's just kind of nuts. And that's the only way I don't know how to describe it. It is scary as really? So it is, yeah, lots of screaming, which is going to be great. Yeah, wait, calm, build, and then energy from the corner. Yes. Well, okay, so today we do not have a after show here on this show. I am not streaming today because my friend from the Navy is coming down. But yeah, horror games, whoa, kind of nightmarish. Also, when you look at games like Resident Evil, like oh god, Resident Evil BioShock. I want to say that was Resident Evil 7. There are a few games that terrified me as much as that game, and it terrified me for so many reasons because it embodied everything I would ever have nightmares about. Some random backwoods, I'm not even going to descriptions. It is, oh, wow. So much, oh, wow. Stu, how much does this build cost? Let me send you a link, my friend. Well, this is almost the link. I've realized to do that for you.
Pro tip right here. For your first screw for a fan, get a
one of the most
screwdriver, stick it on there.
Oh, there you go. One of the most scariest things of all is bad Windows updates. Oh, yeah. When you update your stuff and all of a sudden it just doesn't work. Like, who approved this? What happened? Oh, my gosh. There we go. Now this is looking really great. It's good. It's got that the white and black. It's very much what we like to call a stormtrooper build. I dig it. I dig it. Have you played Demonologist? I love Demonologist. Demonologist is hilariously fun. Phasmophobia is another good one. I have not played Texas Chainsaw Massacre yet, but I will say that I remember Friday the 13th back when it was on Xbox 360 and 1, before the whole licensing thing came around. That was one of my favorite games, if and when it worked. I bet the person that writes the updates must have been a weatherman before that. Get it all wrong all the time. It doesn't matter. Yeah, listen. That was one of the biggest points of contention that I had when I was working at Microsoft, especially when we're talking about with Xbox and Mixer, the Windows apps. Oh my dear God. The Xbox app alone was enough, to make me pull my hair out. If I had had any to pull out, I would have. All I had left was my eyebrows, and I wasn't really looking to get rid of those. But yeah, good Lord. James Kuchar is over on the Facebook side. I have that same case. Heck yeah. Let's go.
Nice.
And Fernando Castillon Jr. I need one in my life. Listen, we all need those in our lives.
You ever played Valheim, DJ?
What?
Did you ever play Valheim?
Valheim?
Mm-hmm.
No, for a second I thought you said Valorant, and I was going to laugh at you.
Oh, no, I haven't played Valorant either. But I bought Valheim like 2 days ago. It's like a Minecraft style, except you're like a Viking, and there's a lot more combat and stuff like that. But I've just been clearing
all you had to
out
say was
forests.
Minecraft, and that's to tell me I have no interest.
Dude, it's a good game. It's a good game. You can build a world. You're a Viking.
Derailed nobody asked, what torque level
There you
is
go.
the drill using? Also, you haven't disabled game bar yet, I assume. Oh, I've disabled it and it keeps coming back.
So for torque
I
setting
disable
on
it every
sorry,
day.
DJ.
All right, I might as well look into Valheim. Everybody's like, you're
It's super
nothing.
fun.
You're
So
Valheim.
if you got, I see some people. Sounds like some people are watching it. I'm totally new. I don't know anything about it. But in just 2 days, I've got my wood cutting skill to 65. I've just strictly been cutting down trees. So I don't know if that's good or not, but it seems like pretty good to me.
Wow, how Fortnite of you. Or old Fortnite of you. We've got Xavier Gregory says, been in the game industry since tape drive system 36, and I'm already waiting for Jason to start laughing in production. Love it when the backups fail. Yo, I remember tape drives, which is super awful because that means, yeah, I've been around since before Windows was a thing.
Oh,
That is a hard thing to admit. I remember life before the internet was real. Now I feel
it
old.
was just a conspiracy.
Yep. Have you guys ever built custom laptops live? Absolutely. Our friend Zach does that on the regular. He's always got some fun
It is a little
things.
bit like RuneScape.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of fun things, guess what we've got? We've got Ivory giving out another code. It's CRBN. This is a carbon code. CRBNNBGD. That stands for not bad. God damn. There we
Not
go.
bad at all.
Yes. Charlie Romeo Bravo Nevada dash. Sorry, that's November Bravo Golf Delta. I've come to conclusions. Cyberplower laptops extreme. That's what you're going for, Sheld? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. We call those the good old days. Listen, Xavier, nothing says fun. Like what? Who remembers? All right, this is going to be like three of us who's going to be. So my biological father used to bring home on certain weekends when he had to do other work stuff, this giant cream colored case. It was like this tall. It was heavy as all heck. And you'd lay this thing down on the table, and the bottom was the keyboard. You had two soft floppy drives, right? Not the hard, shorter ones, but the big wide floppies. And it was just monochrome. And you could load code-based games there, but like there was a game that we had that was like 4 or 5 different discs, and you had to slip them in and out at different points. And I just remember thinking that I was spectacularly fascinated and smart till I realized, nope, it's just that simple. That is the key. Yeah. The clothes you're blasting out, what are we supposed to do with them? So Xavier, if you are on our Twitch channel, then you just type exclamation giveaway and you'll get a link into the giveaway, and then you just follow those options and it will take you there, and then you can use these codes. Here we go. The 8-inch, yeah, the big ones, the big suckers. Because that's how I first played Castle. That's how I first played, I want to say I played Doom on there. The original, like, OG 19, we're talking late 80s, early 90s-ish. What was the one you just mentioned? No mods, place it in chat. If you scroll up, you might see CRBN NBGD. Not bad. Goddamn. Carbon, CRBN. And then November, Bravo, Golf, Delta. Zatizita, Isa. Yeah, those 8-inch drives. Now, I wish I could tell you how much memory was on those drives, on those little discs, but it wasn't much. And the real sad thing is if you took the processing power and added it to every single PC I owned up until 2013, all right? Not NAGS, NBGS, not A. It still wouldn't have as much processing power as my phone, which is ludicrous, absolutely wild to even consider, right? 64 kilobytes. And it wasn't even kilobytes, it was kilobits. Back when kilobits were a thing that was a matter of, that was a measurable option. Nope, not anymore. Now, Paul, do you know the difference between a kilobit and a kilobyte?
Yes, I do. A bit is 1, okay. A byte is 8, so kill 1,000.
I was gonna say a bit is past tense. A byte is actively happening.
Okay, yeah. You know that, like, the actual term for half a byte is a nibble?
Are you serious?
I'm serious. You can look it up.
Nibble me this, nibble me that. How much can I put on this 8.5-inch floppy?
Yeah.
Playing the OG Oregon Trail, yo, that brings back some memories. I tried playing the new one. Somebody got it for me on Steam, and I'll be honest, I never ended up getting into it because it's not the original. I liked the original. We had to read, make your decisions. It reminds me of the OGs of gaming, and now they've got some really just weird 16-bit graphics going on. But still funny. If you've not played, yes. Now, what's really funny about this is because I remember playing this in the 4th grade. I was in Mrs. Miglietto's class. I know exactly where I was when I played this. And it was so awkward because I remember when one of us asked, because we died exactly of that, you died of dysentery. What's dysentery?
That's what Gary gets.
You know, and all I remember is her saying, well, if you've died of it, does it matter?
That's deep.
Good point. Start over. Get a new family. Wow. Good Lord. James Olcutt over on the red side. How's it going? There's an Oregon Trail card game now that's hilarious. Yes, old lady Miglietto. Mrs. Miglietto was, I think, one of my favorite elementary school teachers. The fact that I just somehow remembered her name is ridiculous to me.
It's pretty impressive.
Are we still wagering for Paul's arm? I mean, to own it, have it, or copy it? That's a very loaded question, Danny. I'm going to need you to be much more specific. There you go. Any AORUS codes? I don't know. Are there? Sorry, this has become a joke. Every time somebody comes in and asks for an AORUS code, we can't fix it. There you go. Now, speaking of things that we can fix, what we can fix is get our fan combo pack. So our lighting controller all mounted up, and that is what Paul is working on currently. Paul, you've got 2 of these things back to back. What's that for?
Yeah, so we got 10 fans in this build. These are the Game DS fan controllers for these fans, and each one of them can hold 8 fans. So since we have 10 fans, we need to daisy chain a couple of them together. So you can see that's what I'm doing right now. And there's a cable that comes with them to tie them together. That way they can be controlled with the same remote.
Nice. Nice. You died because, yes, you died because you were dysentery. Hey, nobody likes Terry anyways. He was a little too friendly with them cows. Yeah, there was. You could starve. Your family could go down a hill too fast and die like that one scene in Little House on the Prairie. Jeez, I'm old. All right. So honestly, that was, and I think we watched it right about the time that we were playing the Oregon Trail. And there's this scene where they're having to travel somewhere, or go somewhere with their rigs and whatnot, and the dad was like, "We can't make it down there like this. It's just too steep, but we'll try it. We'll try it. All right." And then he gets down there and then looks up and goes, "You're too heavy. You're too heavy. You're not going to make it." Blah, blah, blah. And this dude's like, "I've got it. I've got it." His kids and wife were in the thing. And then just everything pummels upon itself. All, like the horses run away. This carriage or whatever the heck they call it just exploded into pieces and everybody died. And I thought, well, at least it wasn't dysentery. And that's when I realized I'm a horrible person. And I'm pretty sure I said that out loud. I'm pretty sure I said that out loud in front of my mom, and because she was making dinner. I said, at least it wasn't dysentery. What did you just say? At least it wasn't dysentery. My family's died of dysentery multiple times. What? What did you just say in my kitchen? I was like, oh, Lord. Here it is. Here we go. Dirty water is the main reason the old super weak. Well, that makes sense. TJ, you needed it. Wow. Jimmy, yo. There we go. Ever do Lunar Lander and hack the game and giving you... Oh, my gosh. Yes. So Xavier Gregory brings... Lunar Lander was a great game. It was so simple, and yet, yes, you could hack it so you had max fuel capacity. Otherwise, you had to really, really be careful with how you used your boosters and your thrusters, because if you didn't want to overshoot your landing zone, but you had to be very, very smart about what you did. Jeez, I haven't thought about this in forever. Amber Rivers over on the Facebook side. Love my CLX. We love you too. Thank you. We're so excited you have one. We love it. I just scrolled up and no AORUS code. Was it said out loud by... Hey, I'm going to just go ahead and throw this out there. So this is the CLX channel. I'm going to just guess, and I'm just going out on a limb here, that the AORUS codes are probably going to be given out by, and go with me on this, AORUS.
No way.
Just a thought. Just a thought. But that's probably where you should go to find it. Already, I'm not reading that out on stream, but that's hilarious. You know, those things that we hear and then suddenly we repeat and we don't know what the heck they mean, but we just hear a word. It's like, oh, God. Oh, my gosh. Someone asked in the chat. Yeah, we started not answering them. I looked. It's not obvious enough. Well, listen. There we go. You guys on YouTube or Kick, says Amber. We are on all of them, Amber. We're on the Twitters, the Facebookies, the YouTubes, the TikTokies, the purple and the green. I think I got them all. Here we go. I think we got them all. I don't know why I never thought of this. Do you guys have an affiliate program for streamers? I'll tell you what, Xavier. If you head on over to our webpage, which is clxgamingtv.com, take a look down on the lower right-hand side. You'll see a link to get you to where that answer is. Now, speaking of things that are answers, let's talk about this pure 1,000-watt power supply that we got here. Paul, walk me through this thing. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, so 1,000-watt, 80-plus gold, fully modular from Be Quiet. It's the first time I'm installed one of these.
I'm sorry, what did you say to me?
Be quiet. I'm sure you've never heard that before.
That's never going to happen. Raymond 81. I wasn't 100% sure if this was my computer being put together, but the Be Quiet power supply confirms it. Hey! So Raymond also is William over in. Now here's, oh my God, Ray, you're sorry. Can I call you Ray for William? I don't know. Raymond. It was so funny because I usually get the name of the person that the order's for and the city, and they went and Paul said, "This is." I don't even know how to pronounce this name. Where is it at? New York, Schenectady. See, nobody ever knows it. I'm just like, Schenectady.
It's a good one.
Yep. And everybody just is like, what the hell does that mean? Vanilla Condom asks a great question. Says, maybe you guys can help me with this. I'm getting 1 pixel tall horizontal lines all over my screen, starting from the boot screen. Apparently, those are likely GPU VRAM artifacts. Since this might require motherboard swapping, CPU and GPU included, could it be a faulty VRAM chip or other easily fixable hardware component? Can you suggest any subtle free diagnostic tools for the issue? In general, any suggestions would be helpful. I'm desperate right now.
So for free diagnostic tools for an issue like that, I can't think of any, but on issues like that, I usually like to start kind of easy. So could be your video card, but maybe just plug it into a different monitor and see if it gives you the same issue. Make sure it's rule out your monitor. Reseat all the power connectors on your video card is another good place to start if it's not the monitor, and then actually taking the card out and putting it back in, unplugging your output cable, so HDMI or DisplayPort, whichever one you're using, replugging those in. Those are all things that I would do first. That can be really easy and can fix it sometimes.
Then I would suggest also, do you have any sage? Yeah. Don't burn it. Don't burn it near the PC, but who knows?
There you go.
If you, oh no, I should shut up. Yep. But do you have a goat? No, I'll leave it alone. Also, don't vapor on it. Yes, corny corns. I've had mine for a year. I've had an issue with my Bluetooth, just came unplugged, and support helped me step by step to get it fixed. Dude, corny, yo, our customer service is bar none is the best, in my opinion, best in the industry. Love it. Yeah. Absolutely love them. They're incredible. They're really slick. How do you say that name? What, Schenectady? If you've lived in New York, you know about Schenectady. Like, anybody who's ever lived in New York knows about Schenectady. I don't know why, but we all, like, it was one of the first things you learned. But yeah, it looks like it should be said about 15 different directions. But yeah. Can you call support even if you don't own a CLX PC? Like, now that would be an excellent support.
You can definitely call them and they can walk you through, buying a PC. But if you're trying to troubleshoot something that's not ours, I'm not really sure how that would go.
Yeah, and you got to consider, like, if you have parts that aren't CLX parts, they are probably not going to be proficient, or there's a chance that they might not have the requisite information up front in order to answer questions about products that we don't carry, like cases or things like that. No sprinkling holy water on it. I mean,
there you go.
Jimmy, technically, if you put a small dish of water just near it and wait to see if it just starts boiling just because it's near, then at that point you need to get out of the house and you need to call the Vatican, because that's some issues. That's not something customer service can fix. As we saw with our Halloween build, which definitely haunted the office for a good couple months.
Yeah, that needed a blessing for sure.
Oh, God. Isn't what in Rhode Island? Sorcerer. Schenectady? No, heck no. Do y'all ship to Sweden? Gabriel, I believe the answer to that question is...
I believe so.
I believe the answer is yes. Senataiko. Man, you are funny. Well, blame it on my hairline. When I turned my on, a couple demon eyes appeared on the screen. Ah! Well, that's terrifying. Reasonably and specifically. Yeah, this is a big. Well, this is technically actually a mid-size. I actually have one that's even bigger than this. It's the larger version of this case, and then we have an elite that is huge. It is Paul's torso level huge, and Paul is like 6 foot what? 2?
6'3" on a good day.
6'3". Yeah.
No, I'm 6'3". Yeah.
Washing your face never ends. That's hilarious. Constant Sausage says about my hairline issue, washing your face never ends. It's still going. It's still going. You're on your shoulders. I know, but it just didn't feel like it was stopping. That's awesome. Yeah, and of all the ball jokes I've ever heard or tried to tell about myself, that's fantastic. That's not. I cut the living daylights out of my finger yesterday, like it's a giant chunk halfway to the bone. It was awful. I keep bleeding through band-aids.
Jeez.
Well, and I tried to find the piece of the finger that like I scraped off, and pretty sure my dog ate it.
Oh my god.
So back to the back to the build. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a dream. So we've got almost everything in. The next thing we're going to be doing, obviously, is going to be peeking at Paul's tiny, dainty little fingers as they try and feed that cable through the grommet.
Doing baby steps.
Here we go. While we're sitting here, though, take a look at that incredible color work on his tattoo. Of course, now he moves it.
There you go. It's coming back. I got another one to run.
There it is. There it is. Yeah. Great tattoos, though. He's got great ink.
Thank you.
Raymond, you got to run out to an appointment. Just want to thank you all for being awesome. The whole process has been so smooth. The customer service has been great. I'll check the rest of the stream when I get back. Sounds good. Thank you so much for coming by. This is great. I love it. I love it when people are here to see their builds made because, you know, they can ask questions. What is that? Why is it doing this? That's great. Vanilla Condom, as a follow-up, says, it's a laptop and I can't swap anything, unfortunately, other than switching the entire motherboard, CPU, and GPU, which would break the bank. Also, my 1080 is turned off due to code 43. Well, as long as it's not code 66, then nobody dies. Drivers don't get installed or stay installed. No external displays are used. There is an iGPU, but apparently the BIOS doesn't enable it. And according to the motherboard schematics, all video-related ports are connected to the DGPU. Vanilla? Oh, God, I can't say this. Can I say this? I can't. Let me just ask you this. Is it a CLX laptop? Because it sounds like a Dell. I'm gonna get in so much trouble for saying that. All right. What, Shastow? What? You were thinking it. Also not. Well, there we go. Well, so congratulations. But yeah, dude, the code 43. Paul, do you know what a code 43 is?
I don't. not off the top of my head.
I used to know error codes, and then I completely blanked. Hold on. Code 43. Oh, actually, code 43 is a little bit different. So code 43, anything code 43 says it means when Windows has lost communications with the drive or the driver has crashed. Sometimes you make this error message, which means it's stopping the device because of a problem. When was the last time? I'm going to guess that you have a mechanical hard drive on this. When was the last time you defragged? Just throwing it out there. And when was the last time you ran a check on? Oh, you might want to take a look at your so if you right click on the Windows icon, you can go to where it says disk management and take a look at the disk health, as well as what some of the error correction options are for that version of Windows, whichever one you're using. Cosworth asks, any opinions on the upcoming Intel Core Ultra 200 CPUs? Are they ditching hyper-threading apparently for power efficiency? Have not heard a word about this. Paul?
So I've only heard about it, but I haven't looked into it, so I'm not really comfortable giving an opinion on that right now. But once we get them here and start using them, then we can discuss those a little bit more. I always like to actually use the stuff myself before I start commenting on it.
And I'd love to say that I have any kind of knowledge on it, but listen, I'm just happy I remembered what I had for breakfast. So it's about as much as I got. Now, I'll tell you what we've also got. We've got this big, giant Radeon card. Now, this is amazing. This is an AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX. This has 24 gigs of onboard RAM. And Paul, this is how did you feel? How does it feel? I mean, obviously it looks like it's a triple fan.
Yeah, it's definitely a heavier card. So we will be using an anti-sag bracket for this.
Nice.
But yeah, it's high-end triple fan. This one has an LED switch right here. You can go between like blue and purple and maybe something else. So that's kind of fun. I'm going to leave it in whatever setting it is right now, but we might change it depending on it. But if Raymond ever wants to change it, you can.
Sorcerer Von Croy. Wow, the Titanic was smaller than that. Not as massive as this code. Ivory just dropped another banger. It's HCLX-TY67. I'm going to say thank you 67 times. That is TY Tango YOLO 67. That is an HCLX code. Electronics nerd over on the red side. What up? How are you? Let's see here. Tomsy. I'm not sure if you're asking if we're shipping to that area or what. There we go. What up, Loco? Good to have you, my friend. Yes. Yes. Okay, so now we're getting this all plugged in here. Now, similar to the 40 series, the AMD Radeons have got a great... Well, they've got a lot of power draw, but, Paul, how much power... What kind of a power connectivity is this going to need?
Yes, this is using two 8-pins. So I like to run two separate cables from our power supply. These 8-pins, they do come with a little tail on them. If you wanted to use that, you can, but you get a smoother power delivery if you use two separate cables, so that's why we do it that way.
There we go.
And after this, we're pretty much there.
One of the best fun things about the tie-up is making sure nothing touches the fans.
It's been a minute since I built.
All right, so while we are getting this all ready to go, let's jump over to my favorite part of the show where I get to sound like a human commercial and check out our site, clxgaming.com. At clxgaming.com, we like to try and make it as easy as possible for you to get the PC of your dreams. It's going to meet all of your needs and, who knows, even match your branding. Whether you're looking for a large, a medium, a small, or a tiny, we've got cases and designs of so many different elements. We carry NVIDIA, we carry AMD, we carry Intel, we carry Radeon. We've got just enough of everything to be a one-stop shopping center. Actually, we have everything of everything to be a one-stop shopping center. Whether you're choosing... regardless of what you're choosing, you don't have to worry about accidentally choosing two things that don't work because we have a compatibility element designed into it, to our coders, that prevents you from doing so. So, for example, if you choose, and I know that everybody who's heard this has heard it 1,000 times, if you choose a DDR5 motherboard, okay, but you've got a DDR4 RAM selected, it's going to say, all right, hold on. If you want to use this RAM, you're going to have to use one of these DDR4 motherboards. But if you want to use the DDR5 motherboard, you're going to have to choose one of these DDR5 RAMs. Once you've solved the problem, it's going to go right back from solve conflict over to green. It'll say continue your order. There we go. Conflict resolved successfully. We have so much more. You can actually get your GPU overclocked, your CPU overclocked, get them both overclocked. You can choose between an open loop system, which is custom made, or an AIO. We have multiple different drive options for things. And the best part is our accessories. So our accessories are incredible because you can get t-shirts like this one. You can get some of the incredible gray, red, or purple hoodies that you've seen us all wear. Mine is... I know where it is. It's somewhere over there and it's missing. I can't get to it. But we have everything from keyboards to mice, controllers, headphones, and we even have streaming gear. Whether or not you're looking for capture cards, BEACN mix creates, or even BEACN mics, we've got them. We can help you and make sure that you get the right setup right away. We even have chairs, for heaven's sake. It's awesome. Monitors, you need one? We got one. Why not? So... before you start thinking this is a lot of information and I don't know if I need all of this, that's okay. We have what's called the RTS section. That's our ready to ship. We designed them, we built them, and we put them out there for you. We've got entry-level, mid-range, high performance, and ultra-high performance, so you can take a look at what you want to do and take a look at where that fits within your budget, because once you get that selected and chosen, you can actually make a few little tweaks to it if you choose. But this gives you a great opportunity if you're not really feeling super comprehensive about everything that we go through on these shows. That's all right. It's a lot of tech talk. Let's be fair. It's a lot of tech talk. Not TikTok, tech talk. So, with that being said, for all of your future gaming PC needs, head on over to CLX Gaming and see what we can do for you. There we go.
Now it's time for panels, and we're good.
Look at that. It's all going in.
I like the way these panels go in. So there's a couple tabs on the bottom, and then it just kind of snaps into place. There's a screw that holds it in. But
it's always
I really like that.
It's a satisfying sound, I'll be honest. It's a very satisfying sound.
Yeah. It's like a nice
Cosworth asked a good question. 1080p at 165 or 1440 at 144? I'm torn.
1440 at 144. That's my opinion.
1440, 144, I have to agree. That has been my base, except for when I find games that are optimized for 4K. And so I have mine. So for Rainbow Six Siege, I have a downsampled 4K image that's downsampled to a 1440. So I get that extra level of detail, but the game runs thinking it's running in 4K, which means it's lightning fast. I was getting maybe 160 FPS, 144 FPS at 1440. I pumped that thing up to the 4K. I'm getting 320 frames per second. And that's wild. So when you do that kind of thing, just check out and see what the game is optimized for. That is the big key there. Speaking of keys, hello. Says, I saw this one recommended. Decided to take a look. I see CLX at a lot of events. I am tech support. Oh, nice. Welcome in.
Nice.
Yeah, we try and teach people about building stuff. That's what we do here. Answer questions. Get our things done.
Moment of truth.
All right. Now, yes, it is. So, Paul, you plugged the little thing into the back hole.
Sure did.
Awesome. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Let's take a look at what William in Schenectady, New York is going to get. Here's our power button go.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, it's so bright. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I dig it.
I love it, man. Those
I
white
love how it
fans always
reflects off
just
the
pop.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They pop really well. Let's go over one more time what is inside this amazing PC for our friend William in Schenectady, New York. This, of course, is a Horus 011 Dynamic Evo mid-tower in white with a Ryzen 9 7950X processor. It is mounted on an MSI X670E gaming Wi-Fi Plus motherboard, and it's got 64 gigs of DDR5 6000 for our friends over at Corsair with a graphics card. It's an AMD Radeon and an RX 7900 XTX. The operating system is also installed on a 1 terabyte MSI Spatium M450M M.2. Your CPU is going to be cooled by a Fantex Glacier 1 360 RGB AIO, and of course the other 10 Game DSA OLED M2 ARGB fans in white, and the whole thing is going to be powered by a 1,000 watt Be Quiet power supply unit. Super awesome stuff. I dig it.
I'm just going to play with the remote. Ooh, that looks nice.
Oh, that's cool. I love that, the down fade.
Yeah. I can play with it.
That is awesome. Now, normally this show comes in 2 parts, but today we're just going to do the 1 part because our friend Zach is in the process of going to get married, and Paul has stuff to do. So I'm also not streaming because my friend from the Navy is coming. So therefore, what we are going to do is going to say you can catch up with all the latest and greatest things that are going on with CLX Gaming, as well as possibly finding a code or two on our social media. That's YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at CLX Gaming. You can find us primarily Thursdays on the purple site. That's twitch.tv/CLXgamingtv. Tuesdays at kick.com/CLXgaming. And you can also pop into our Discord with a bunch of like-minded PC enthusiasts, gamers, and nerds. And I say that with love because I'm definitely one of them. And that is at discord.gg/CLXgaming. On behalf of everyone here at CLX, at the CLX Foundry Live, that includes Kyle and Jason, Paul, and not Zach today. I'm DJ Blue PDX. Stick around. We're going to take a look real quick as we end the show. Yes? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. All right. And we're going to take a look as we end the show with our adventures in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Level Up Expo. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here at CLX Foundry Live.
Bye, everybody.
Hello, everybody. It's DJ Blue PDX live here in sunny Las Vegas, Nevada for the Level Up Expo. Let's go inside and see what's happening. From PC free play to system building, CLX Foundry Live's crew is right here in Las Vegas, Nevada as one of the official sponsors for the Level Up Expo. Right now, thousands of people have already lined up and they're all on their way in. Let's check it out and see what they're going to do. One of the best things that CLX is so proud of being able to provide for this event is over 350 different PCs for gamers. Whether you're competing, whether you're going to free play, our systems are there and they're ready to rock and roll. Plus, there's also consoles. There's one thing that goes hand in hand with anime, it's Fast and Furious cars. Behind me are over a dozen different cars ranging from BMW, Acura, Infiniti, Subaru, you name it, they've got it. We even got a Ford Mustang over here with some of the most amazing designs ever. Let's check it out. Beside me is a CLX Set PC that we designed in partnership with AMD, featuring Ryzen processors and Radeon graphics cards. These PCs have been used by thousands of gamers from LA all the way to Boston. And now, people here at Level Up Expo are going to get a chance to find out what robust gaming feels like. Welcome to CLX Foundry Live, IRL. I am your host, DJ Blue PDX, and joining me right now on his stage is our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens, and our master builder, it is Zach Killingsworth.
We've got a custom design here for the Level Up Con. So starting off with our processor, we've got a Ryzen 7 7800X 3D. To cool that, we've got our CLX Quench 360 AIO in black. For our motherboard, we've got the Asus Tough Gaming B650 Plus Wi-Fi.
So this is actually going to be the Ryzen 7 7800X 3D. This is one of the newer processors from the folks over at AMD, and it's pretty incredible.
So the X3D feature is something new that AMD's been doing, and it's a way of vertically stacking your cache. So cache is essentially memory for your processor, and what they've been able to do is stack it on top of the processor die, which gives you a bigger surface area, so you can fit more cache on there, which just equates to better performance. So this is an 8-core 16-thread processor, base speed of 4.2, and it will boost up to 5.0. Yeah, so let's say you win this and you want to add your drives into this PC. Yeah, you totally can. Do you have if you got an M.2, there's 2 slots at the bottom, so you won't need to pull the motherboard out all the way, and you probably won't even need to pull the video card out, but it's just 2 screws covering that and then a locking tab to put it in.
It's an incredible card here. This is our Radeon card. Well, it's not ours, it's our wonderful friends at AMD who gave it to us. By the way, one more time, shout out for AMD for providing us all this fun stuff here.
It's Radeon RX 7800 XT, as you just mentioned, DJ. So this is their dual model. Typically what they mean with that is 2 fans, but it does kind of refer to the shroud around it. So a lot of this is see-through. I really like these. I think they look good in the case. Obviously this is black, it's going to match everything inside. We've got a nice back plate on the back that just looks good when it's in, and 3 display ports and 1 HDMI out.
I want to bring up somebody who's going to be helping with all of you. Now once again, let's hear some noise if you want to win this PC. Here's you to Christopher Yee. Give it a big round of applause up on stage.
It's him.
Let's go! The winner of our Level Up Expo PC.
Behind me is our competitive PC gaming stage that's going to be used all throughout the weekend. We've got 10 total Horus NV5 machines from CLX that are going to be here right now. They're about to go head-to-head, 5v5. Our shoutcasters are getting ready to start. Let's see how they do. As you can see, thousands of attendees have already lined up to meet some of their favorite artists, cosplayers, and voice actors. For example, like KG Tang, who's right behind me, Christopher Judge will be here this weekend, and so many more. You have some incredible artwork here. Tell us what this is.
So this is me and my husband, Gojo Satoru. I'm going voice actor sign-in today, so I'm very excited because I love Gojo a lot.
I voice Uta in One Piece Film Red, Maureen in My Dress Up Darling, among many, many others. Very happy to be here.
This is as an experience, meeting your fans and getting to interact with people on a one-to-one basis.
It's really awesome. I stream a lot in my free time, so it's really cool to get to meet people that come to my channel. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys are real. That's crazy. And it's just really awesome. I've been doing content creation for 17, 18 years now, so it's really wild to see fans from all different years. It's kind of wild.
That is cool, and we've obviously seen some great cosplays coming through of the characters. Obviously you recognize when you see them. How is that for them?
Oh, it's really cool. I think it's really awesome because some of them have been fans forever but haven't had a chance to come to a con that I'm at. Usually we're passing ships in the night, but it's really cute to be able to see them dressing up and they're getting to meet all of their favorite actors in the flesh, and I think it's really humbling as well to be able to meet those fans that love and appreciate the work that we've done.
This is Evie and Lana. What was it like getting to meet somebody that you were such a huge fan of?
She was just so sweet and accommodating.
This is my first time ever meeting a voice actor, and I'm so excited. I was so excited to finally meet her and get an autograph.
Next to me here is Christopher Judge. You have done everything from Stargate to obviously God of War, plus X-Men and a multitude of other things. You've kind of been all over the place, from behind the scenes as a voice actor to football, but also as a writer. Right. So let's start at the beginning. When did this all start for you?
Well, the acting part of it started when I was very young. I saw a movie called Sounder, and I was so emotionally torn up by it. I said, that's what I want to do to people. You know, my journey, at least, you know, what I wanted to do in life has been simple, because this is it.
Then you got into the voice acting, and this is one of those things, like, honestly, when God of War came to PC, I flipped out because I went to PC as a player and got to finally play it and immediately knew whose voice I was hearing. Had you played any of the God of War games before you got the role?
No, but my kids all played. When I auditioned, I didn't even know it was God of War. It was my son who kind of said, Daddy, I think this is God of War. I didn't want to do it initially, but when they said, no, it's filmed, it's like you are the character, hit home with me that it was just a regular acting job. This is a part that I've waited my entire career for, so.
When it comes to being able to go to these events and meet your fans, I mean, we saw the lines were just all the way down to the cars. It was wild. How is that as an interaction for you?
But this is the reward, you know, when people say that how it changed their relationships with their parents, or, you know, or with their kids. I mean, that's kind of the real reward, you know what I mean? That something you do actually resonates with someone.
Yeah.
There's no greater reward.
One of the coolest features that you can ever get when coming to a con is getting to meet people that actually make you feel like you are in the universe. Joining me right now is Alice and Tabitha, who is obviously coming right out of Star Wars. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's so much fun here.
Tell me a little about this, because this is not easy to create.
So I got the Lego from JD Props, I think.
Okay.
And then I actually found these pieces of clothing at a thrift shop, and I cut them up and I like hemmed them and changed the seams and stuff to, you know, do it on a budget.
So now you do not only just cosmetics, but you also do the sewing and the crafting, but you also do more than just Star Wars.
Yes, I do a lot of different characters from a lot of different movies, video games, anime, and a lot more.
Now, what's one of your favorites so far to just really dive into?
I do Edward Scissorhands, and that has been one of my favorite movies growing up. I also did Jareth from Labyrinth, which is my all-time favorite.
Wow.
I know. He's, yeah, I do a lot of different characters that I love so much, so it's hard. I've done like over 200, so.
And I'll be honest, the first time I ever saw you was Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's one of my fan favorites, so.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. One of the biggest things at these shows is always the Artist Alley, where independent artists can come and actually sell their work, which is amazing. From hand-painted elements to drawn to printed, they have come up with some incredible designs, and it's an awesome opportunity to collect some of your favorite characters through somebody else's vision. At the Level Up Expo, we are surrounded by fighting games where people are taking each other to task when it comes to fighting your opponent. But some people decide to take it hand to hand. Check it out. Are we ready, Level Up? While some people might think that gaming started in a multitude of different places, when it comes to video games, it truly started in the arcades. Here at the Free Play Arcade for Level Up Expo, we've got a little bit of everything from old school to new school and awesome. CLX partnered with our friends at Intel to provide over 200 different machines for people to come in and play on and compete on, and it's all right behind me. I'm sitting next to the CLX set. This PC was designed specifically to be taken around the country through dozens of shows, been played on by thousands and thousands of players, and it's all because we teamed up with Intel to ensure that they got a great opportunity to experience high-performance gaming. Yesterday, Christopher Yee gave away a PC for us. Now he's building an entirely separate unit to give away again. Now, you want to make sure you catch his YouTube shorts, because there's going to be something interesting in there. All right, everybody, we are at the Level Up Expo here back in the Free Play Arena with all the PCs, and as per usual, I've got the boys here, and yeah, we're going to be putting together a PC. Obviously, we've got our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens, and today's master builder, Zach Killingsworth. I'm BJ with PDX. Gentlemen, we've got parts and things to put together. Comes to attaching it to your standoff.
Yeah, so your motherboard's going to have a few different holes kind of all around it. What you're looking for the motherboard mounting holes is there's some silver solder lands. I'm sure you guys are getting a shot of it in there.
Here, he's pulling all of the fan cables through so we can get that radiator locked in up on top. This has some great RGBs right here, and that lights up all the way around it. So this case comes with some automatic lighting as it is, plus these fans. Let's talk about the fans real quick.
Yeah, so these are the GameDS AORUS M2s. If y'all have watched the show before, you've definitely seen us use these. We do have these in black and white. So the best thing to do for cable management is to break it down into 3 different parts. That's what we like to do. Typically, we start out with the case cable, so those power buttons we talked about and the USBs on top, get those plugged in and managed. And then we'll do our fans and get those done, and then we'll put in our power supply and manage those ones.
The MSI GeForce 4060, right? It's an RTX card, that 3rd generation of ray tracing. It's an excessively powerful card, great for gaming.
If we look deep down in here, you can see the actual PCB of the card. It's actually kind of short.
Yeah.
So that's the actual card with the GPU itself. Now everything else around it is to cool that. So we've got a large heat spreader that comes out to here in this open area with these fins and our heat pipes that you can see from both sides. Those flow through there, take the heat this way, and the fans blow it all away.
3 different types of power supplies. Paul, what are those?
So you've got modular, non-modular, and semi-modular. And what we have here is a non-modular. So that means all of our cables are pre-soldered in, as you can see right here.
This little box right here, what did you do? What is that?
So this is our fan hub, our fan controller for GameDS. I just have everything plugged in sequential order, so that if anything was to happen, if we didn't have a fan spinning or a fan blowing, I would know exactly which fan it is.
DJ, if you would be kind to push that lever back. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to want to hold the card like this.
Okay.
And then we want to slowly line up from this side here. We want to look down, and then we'll look on the back side back here. Perfect. And then push down. Boom!
Okay, one thing we didn't really get a chance to cover because it was already on the motherboard is that processor. It's a really powerful processor. It's an i5 14600K. Tell me about this processor.
Yes, this is a 14-core, 20-thread processor. So it's got 6 performance cores that have hyper-threading on them, so that gives us 12 cores, and then 8 efficiency cores. It has a base speed of 3.5, and it will boost up to 5.3. So this is a solid processor for any type of gaming.
That final Level Up Expo is getting some great gear. Now this is one of 2 systems that we've been putting together. Got it built, we've got the panels on. First of all, great job, Zach. It looks incredible. Let's go ahead and see how this beautiful beast looks. Love it, this is great. You've got that beautiful blue outside, you've got the green on the card, and all of the RGBs, including that beautiful power shroud. I'm excited to see who's gonna win this today, and of course, we're excited to see Christopher Yee build his, which is gonna be just like this one. Okay, so yesterday we did an amazing show in the conference room upstairs for building the first PC that Christopher Yee gave away. Then, today, we built this one, and Christopher was like, you know what? I'm gonna build one and give this one away. So, let's talk about, first of all, this beautiful machine and walk me through the process of building it.
Okay, well, first of all, we built this on the show floor, literally. And then what we're doing is we've actually hidden a code throughout the short that I just shot that's going to air on my YouTube channel. And then that's going to be a giveaway code that viewers can decipher and then redeem for a free PC.
Calling all code breakers, come now. Okay, so, and now where they going to be able to find these?
On my YouTube channel, Christopher.
There's a free PC in this short, and you have to find it. I'm serious. The first person to find the code in this short wins a free PC. No entries, no following, just straight up skill. Anyways, this PC was provided by CLX Gaming. For the processor, it has an Intel i7 14700KF. Inside, a Gigabyte Z790 for the motherboard. Coming with 32 gigabytes of XPG Lancer Blade RAM, and a 1 terabyte ADATA M.2 NVMe SSD. The processor is cooled by a CLX Quench 360, and the whole PC is powered by a GameDS Kratos M1 750-watt power supply. Last but not least, for the GPU, we're using a Gigabyte WindForce RTX 4070. It's a very solid system, and it looks amazing. The pinned comment will tell you whether or not the computer's been claimed, so you know not to waste your time. Good luck, and don't forget,